Hi, everybody. Well, as you can see, I am wearing a different hat than I normally do for my reviews. I kind of lost the fedora. Can't find it. So here I am wearing the Redneck Heaven hat that I got in Dallas a few years ago. But in any case, on to it. Tonight we're going to review a little show I went to 6 days ago, July 6th. And I had never really considered myself a Beach Boys fan. Always appreciated their music, sort of in passing, part of the culture. Great respect for them. I mean, they've been around as in some form for 55 years. But had the pleasure of going there to see them at the Westchester County Center last week, and they were in great form. First of all, the crowd was all ages, I'd say, everything from 20s to 70s, even a smattering of kids thrown in. Everybody was having a good time. The place wasn't a little disappointment. It wasn't quite sold out. The lower level was full, but the upper level certainly a lot of space. But nonetheless, at least drew a couple of thousand in any case. We found out right at the beginning of the show, and I didn't think we were going to get it, but John Stamos was accompanying them. Which was pretty cool. You don't usually expect to see John Stamos in your neck of the woods, but he's been playing with them on and off since, I think, 1989 or so. And, of course, the Beach Boys now, if you know the history or the recent history, basically the entity that tours as the Beach Boys is just Mike Love and Bruce Johnston. Mike Love, an original member, and Bruce Johnston, who was with them for the most part since like 1965. Brian Wilson, Al Jardine, and I guess it's David Marks. They sort of do their own thing. I guess it's called Brian Wilson and Friends. So they tour separately, although they did all get together in 2012 for a 50th anniversary reunion. But the two main voices in the group are still, I mean, they're in their 70s now, but still very spectacular. They've got a good backup band as well. I think there was about 5 or 6 people, including John Stamos, and the two guitarists, I guess their names are Jeff Foskett and Scott Totten. They also sang a little bit. They were very good. Didn't realize also that the drummer from the Cowsills, John Cowsill, is actually the Beach Boys drummer now, at least in their touring band. By the way, I put they did 40 songs, which is by any standard spectacular. And I put the entire selection of songs on setlist.fm. It's a very good site. If you go to www.setlist.fm and then you put in Beach Boys, and you can look through all the tour dates. Just look at July 6th, 2016, and I made a note of all the songs. I had someone help me, and I put in all 40 songs that they did. So you'll see a wide selection, all the classics. None of that, here's something from the new album syndrome. Very little of the new stuff. They pretty much stuck to their classic 60s and 70s fare. I think there was maybe one song from like a solo album that Mike Love did. There was a couple of cover tunes, but very well rounded. There was a nice little, along with the show, they had a nice little video slideshow, a lot of beach and surf scenes, so that certainly went well with everything. John Stamos actually did sing. He did everything, by the way. He played guitar, he played drums, a little bit of keyboards, even sang on one song called Forever. They also managed, for 2 of the songs, they showed sort of like a video, and they sort of mixed the original vocals of the 2 deceased Beach Boys, Carl and Dennis Wilson. They got one song each, so they sort of got to sing along with the modern band playing the music. So I was very pleased. I mean, some of my favorites, I guess, are the one they let off with, Surfin' Safari, Surfin' USA, Do It Again, 409. We used to sing that one in grammar school. Me and my friends Tommy and Ralph, we used to do that one like impromptu in the schoolyard. Let's see, they did, then there was an intermission, and they kind of joked that a band that's been playing for 55 years definitely needs an intermission. So I guess when you're playing 40 songs, you definitely need that. California Dreamin', they did Sloop John B. I like that one. Yeah, just a lot of different songs. I don't want to go through them all now, but I was just very pleased that they kind of stuck to the classics. They are still at the top of their game vocally. The backup band is very good. You know, you couldn't tell the difference from the original, you know, with the harmonizing voices. That was outstanding. You know, you really heard it first when they did Wouldn't It Be Nice? I mean, you could just see that was the original harmonization just like recreated there. So, quite good. Good instrumentalists. No real you know, this wasn't a bombs and pyrotechnics show, of course. It's the friggin' Beach Boys. So, I mean, the only disappointment being that we here in Westchester could not give them a sellout crowd, but I guess it was also not promoted as well as it could have been. I mean, there are a few billboards here and there, but for the most part, they did not quite do the promotion up to snuff. But nonetheless, very enjoyable show. If you ever have an opportunity to see them, absolutely. I mean, yes, you're only getting two of the originals, but the experience is still remarkable. A lot of fun, crowd into it, and they give a lot of money to good causes. That was an interesting thing. I mean, obviously they, you know, they give to, you know, the soldiers, and they give to local civic causes and everything. They're also very much into sort of that whole Maharishi and that spiritualism thing. So you get that interesting little mix there of both with the Beach Boys. But they were selling a few things, you know, that basically raised money for African, you know, water wells and things like that. So that's nice. Highly recommend. They still have some tour dates. I don't know if they're going to be back in the area, but if they come around again, check them out. And in all fairness, check out, if you can, if they tour, Brian Wilson's band, check them out too. So, with a nice, concise 7-minute review, it's Anthony V bidding you farewell.